Hi everyone. For this next project, I have got an absolutely lovely, heavy lead crystal beer tankard. Now, as you can see, I have already engraved a sort of a banner with a motto on the bottom. Well, what will be the bottom of the engraving. And this is a crest, or a coat of arms. I have sandblasted this section just because, as you know, I prefer to sandblast something like lettering or something like the flag with the lettering inside the flag that has to be really, really neat. It's just more efficient. Also, you will notice I have reversed this out so that the lettering is actually clear. Now, what I may do, may not, I will see, is actually fill in the lettering with a very, very soft half-tone, less than half-tone, just to bring it all to the surface. I may or may not do that, because at the moment it just looks like there's a hole in the banner, well, holes in the banner. So this is a rather nice little crest, which obviously I've got the artwork, which will sit there, somewhere there. I can't see properly, but anyway. I find that quite often the images from old crests, I find them really badly drawn. That is a bear. And, you know, I'm so tempted to make it look more like a bear. But heraldry is a funny thing. I don't know enough about it, so I don't wish to change it. Let me just show you a different picture. There we go. That's a bigger picture. As you can see, it's not very bear-like as far as I'm concerned. That is, I don't know, a funny dog, but it is supposed to be a bear. Obviously, it's got these interesting little markings within the body, a very spiky-looking sun. Otherwise, quite a simple design, and I think that will be quite effective, hopefully, by the time I'm finished. Okay, right, let's get on with it.
To start off with, I have got a rather large, chunky, sintered diamond in the drill. This means, of course, the diamond grit goes all the way through the burr. I am creating a sort of a circular, slightly deep sun, the main body of the sun. Kind of trying to get it as smooth as this burr will let me. And now into a smaller burr. This one is not a sintered diamond, it's just normal diamond. In other words, diamond coated. The sintered diamond burrs, by the way, they last a lot longer. They are much more expensive, but they do last a long time. Just some simple outlines of the rays of the sun. And neatening around the edge. We have the usual problem, of course, of being slightly offset, unfortunately, because of the camera situation. While I am tracing the main details of this crest, you will see that it doesn't quite line up for you. But it does for me. And, you know, me by now, I do like to trace, if there's something important like this, I do like to trace the main details so that I can get everything in the right place. Our medium is transparent. There is no reason why you shouldn't trace through it where you have to. It just produces a far more efficient piece of work where accuracy is important. This, of course, is yet another diamond, sort of a middle size. If you wanted to outline each one of these areas, that is absolutely no problem. You know, do it your own way as well. I am purely demonstrating how I prefer to do these things. There are no specific rules. This is art, after all. You will notice that the torse or wreath, which is like a twisted cloth that I'm working on now, has a light and a dark element. There is white and red when you translate that to grayscale, obviously as a lighter and a darker area. At the moment, I have engraved them just with a diamond solid, because of course we can polish them and change the shade of them quite simply later. Just outlining now the body of the bear. Having a little think of something. I think, you know, I was trying to work out why this bear looks to me more like a dog. But I think the bear has a very sort of humpy back behind his ears. You know, this has got a sort of a lower neck and lower back. Whereas I imagine this great big bear would be much, much thicker on top. Got a tiny little diamond in the drill now, very, very small, and just adding in some basic areas for the eyes. Again, it's difficult for you to see how I have tackled this, and that's unfortunate because it is quite important. I have not outlined the actual black lines that you see. I have outlined around the black lines that you see around the eyes. You'll be able to see that when I take away the image. Righty-ho. Well, if I didn't have such a dirty piece of cloth at the back, you might be able to see it. Now I've suddenly realised that there's a piece of body missing. Boom. Just put that line in there. Right. So I have got my big sintered diamond back in the drill. It's quite coarse. I am just really enjoying playing with these. I've only just bought these, and they are absolutely yummy. I know that seems strange, but oh my goodness, do they chew into the glass. And of course, this being beautiful soft crystal and really, really thick, I can get quite stuck into it so easily. I am looking forward to engraving a couple of my enormous bowls that I've got waiting. They're just sitting looking at me, waiting to be engraved. And I plan to get quite deeply into them. My action, the movement of the drill is roughly the direction of the hair, and you can see I've just gone straight over that collar, doesn't matter. But just rather than scribbling around or straight up and down, I'm roughly in the direction of the hair. Clearly this is a long way off from being a sort of a finished area. It's just the very, very initial creating of the canvas of this bear. But if there are going to be any lines visible at the end, they need to be in the correct direction. of the hair, or roughly so. I'm getting quite bold. I'm using this great big drill to put those areas on the face. When I say the big drill, I mean the big burr. It's always good to use the largest burr for an area, but probably not this one for the face. That's just me being lazy. A smaller burr in the drill. Just neatening up the edges, and as you know, I don't want to see any outlines that I've got still showing. The pores are not that clear on this bit of artwork. So what I'm doing here is literally blending in the edges. So they're relatively deep, but they blended into the middle, so they are not necessarily a standout outline like there was before, but not even a ridge that might look like an outline if the light is shining on it. Slowly building up, going deeper and deeper into this little face. And you can see roughly the eye where I mentioned I had kind of gone around. Yeah, so I didn't colour in the darker areas. I, of course, went around the dark areas, roughly. Now I am engraving a little eyeball. That will be polished out later. Putting in the collar outline again. Virtually obliterated whatever little outlines I did around the eyes anyway. I often do this. It's I know where they are. You can be more specific when you are engraving. But anything that we do in this case can be gone over, obliterated, re-engraved, repolished, re-engraved again. Because this glass is particularly thick, so I've got a lot of depth I can play with, but you don't want to make it too obvious that you've gone very much deeper in one area compared to others, but you learn as you go along. turned the glass once again for efficient movement. It's just easier to get that direction of movement for the hair. Fiddly and faffy, isn't it? But the best thing is to be comfortable. Now, of course, because I've got quite a severe outline here, but in the image it has these strange blobs on the top of his back. Just the ripples of the hair, and it's quite important therefore to include them. So we're nearing the end of part 1, and I look forward to showing you the conclusion of the engraving of this crest. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye for now.